Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, April, is today the 18th? Yes, today's the 18th. I don't know what day it is really. So this morning, let's see, I've just finished filming the last outfit for my week of outfits, so I can get that video all ready to go for Tuesday. I have editing of that video that I need to do today, and also the editing for the underwear sew-along video that needs to go up tomorrow that I need to get done today. But we've done our grocery run this morning. God, it's like gearing up for battle. I'm exhausted when I get home. In fact, I think I need another cup of coffee just to like perk myself up a little. But I thought I would delve into the CeeLo a little bit more today, and then do what I can today, maybe a little bit tomorrow, and then move on to the Pietra pants, because I've been seeing more and more about the Pietra pants, and now I really want to dig into that one. So this is what I've decided. You know, I was chatting about it quite a bit last night, but this is what I've decided. Okay, I'm going to do a color blocked version, either in this color combination, so this ochre with the red. It'll probably be this color combination, but I'm not entirely sure. So either this color combination, the ochre with the red, or this color combination, which is this marmalade color with this olive green. Well, you can't let me know, because you won't. I will have made this by the time you see this. So that's what I am debating against today. It'll probably be the ochre and the red, but I really like that color combination together too. So okay, so I'm going to do one colored blocked in one of those variations. And then I'm going to play around. This one I think I'm going to do first to see what I can squeeze out. CeeLo, not the CeeLo, CeeLo. So I've got the linen in the check, the see-through check. And I'm trying to think. I do have quite a bit of lightweight linen. If I want to do this, I mean, I think I'm going to back it with the silk. Where's the silk? Back it with the silk, but if I want to do the back of this in the silk, or do the back in the lightweight linen, that might hang better, because that, whoa, threw off my white blanket balance. That might hang better, because that might be closer in weight. And then just line the front in this. I think I'll do that. So I need to wash that other white linen. And then I want to do one in this knit fabric, the see-through knit fabric, because I'm going to do the Misty Cami in the silk that goes with it. So instead of doing the Harmony in this one, I'm going to do the CeeLo in this one. And I think I'm going to do the balloon sleeve, because I really want to do the balloon sleeve in one of these. And I think I have enough of this fabric. Now the other ones that I was showing you last night, I think this fabric here, I'm going to back it with this silk. I think I'm going to do the Harmony, a sleeveless Harmony in this one from Love Notions. So I will just flip-flop these two combinations. And then the striped viscose, this one, I'm going to wait and hold on to that for something else. I want inspiration to strike, because this is a really cool fabric. I don't want to just rush that one. This I'm shying away from just because I don't know that I trust it. It grew so much last time I used it, although I have a ton of it, and it is a beautiful color, so we'll see. But with this one, I had an epiphany. Instead of doing a CeeLo top, I think I'm going to do the Pietra pants in this one. And because I want to do a lot of the different variations. A lot of fabric in my lap. I want to do a lot of the variations of each of these patterns, both in the Fior skirt as well. But I thought the wide-legged, either the wide leg full length or the wide leg crop could be really cool with this stripe at the bottom. And this is be a good weight for those looser pants, because it's a pretty thick linen. You know, it's not super see-through. You wouldn't want to wear like bright red underwear under it, but it's a pretty decent amount of opacity. And I might have enough, I don't know, to eke a skirt, a Fior skirt out of it, a shorter one maybe as well. We'll just have to wait and see. So that's what I've decided to do with this instead of doing the dress. So that's what I'm thinking. So what have I done here? I'll fold this in a second. So basically, I think what I'm gonna do first is cut into, I'll wait and make this up a little later, but go ahead and cut into this one and make the cielo out of this first while I'm washing my plain white linen that I've got for the back of the white one. And then I'll do the color blocked one last. So I think that's it. I think 3 is what I have left in me that I need to get out. One of which being the color blocked. But I may do that one last. That one may get done tomorrow. We'll see. Or it depends on, I'm doing laundry right now anyway, so how long it takes for me to get that white linen through the chute. Yeah, so I think that's the plan for today. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over and cut this out. And I may pull out, I think my Misty camisole pattern is somewhere out right now. I may go ahead and cut this one out too. This feels so lovely. We'll see. We'll see about the Misty. That may just happen, you know, in a couple of days. Okay, those are my plans. This fabric I'm going to put aside for one of the Pietra pants. I'm very excited about those too. So let's get these cielos done and then we'll move on to the pants. Okay, I will catch up with you in a little bit. Okay, I'm going to really quickly show you guys my facing trick. Now this is, I went ahead and cut out the Misty cami in my silk because you guys are really crooked. There we go. I went ahead and cut out my Misty cami in the silk because I wanted I was going to have the thread color on for my cielo top. So, because this is a silk, but it's not a charmeuse. This is like it's a crepe, but a thicker than like a crepe de chine. So I am just gonna go ahead and do the facings, but I don't necessarily want a hem on the bottom of my facing, nor do I want a serged edge on the bottom of my facing. So I'm going to show you, and this is exactly what I'm going to do when I do the color blocked version of the cielo, but I am going to show you this, and I'll show you again when I do the color blocked version. So I've got my back facing piece and my back facing interfacing. They've both been cut. And what I'm gonna do is right side of the facing up, and then sticky side of the fusible interfacing up. So I have the non-fusible side to the right side of the facing. And I'm just going to pin it along the bottom. So this is like the finished edge. Yeah, I'm thinking if I wanted to go ahead and sew my front and back facing together at the side seams and then do this as one fell swoop, but I don't think I want to do that. Okay, so once again, right side of the facing is up and non-sticky side is together. They're together. The non-sticky side and the right side of the facing are together. So my sticky side is up. So I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance just along the bottom edge. Okay, so now once those have been sewn just along the bottom edge, you can see that little seam line there. I'm going to go to the iron and very carefully, because you want to kind of roll out the area here at the bottom, but we're going to fuse, now we're going to fuse the interfacing to the back part. So I'm going to take you guys over to the ironing board so you can really see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm hoping you can see me okay. All right, so again, I have sewn them together. The sticky side is up. This is the right side of the fabric right here. So now, this is where you have to get very careful, because you want to make sure that you get this all nice. You can't press the seams open on this bottom one like you normally would. Although, I wonder if you could, no, because that'll stick that to that. Yeah, you just got to be very careful. And I think what I'm going to do is kind of tack it in place along the top part here before I hit where I've sewn. So then the idea is that we're just going to very carefully press our interfacing to the back part of our facing, like we would have done anyway. So I'm just hitting along the top edge here before we get to where we sewed. Okay. So now we can very carefully roll this down and get that as flat as possible. So now you can see when this has all been fused, you have a really gorgeous finished edge with like minimal bulk. I mean, it has been folded under, but then it's fused down really, really nicely. And so that's exactly what I'm gonna do when I do my cielo facing. But that, yeah, I'll show you again when I do the color blocked cielo, but yeah. I'm gonna do that on both the front facing and the back facing. Okay, I have finished my cielo in this open weave knit. I also finished my cami. Now, when I'm wearing this, I probably would never wear them with these jeans. But I would have the Misty cami completely tucked in and probably even have like a quarter tuck there. So these are the longer gathered sleeves. I even took some length off. Well, I took an inch out at the top of the sleeve when I did my petite adjustment. And then I took off another, I don't know, almost an inch probably. But I don't know, they still feel a little too long. So I think I like it. I mean, you can see through the top. It's nice, you know, light, airy. It'll be great with like white shorts or white jeans in the summer because I think it's just fun and a little different. I don't think I'll make this sleeve again though. Mostly because anything more structured, the poof here at the gathered at the top of the sleeve, it creates too much width in my upper body. So, I mean, I like this one. Again, I really do like this one. And you can see my Misty underneath it. I bound the edge, obviously didn't use the facing. I used the bias piece that comes with the pattern, but instead of using it as a bias facing, I just bound my edge. And I didn't cut this on the bias since it's a knit. I just cut it on the cross grain so it was stretchy. And I bound it, you know, like I do my t-shirts basically. So there you go. I am glad that I tried it. Again, I feel like the sleeves are too long. I don't know, maybe not. I feel like everyone else, they hit like bracelet length like there. Which I guess I could go in and shorten the join here. I might do that. I might just go in and shorten the join just so that they are just a wee bit shorter. But anyway, there we go. I think that this fabric was an absolute pain in the proverbial to sew with. But yeah, I'm glad I tried the sleeve. I was interested in trying it. And I may go back in and shorten that there. Not today. I need to go get dinner going. So, that's what I got up to today. There's my Misty. Oh, I will show you what my Misty looks like inside out after doing that facing treatment. Hold on 1 second, let me change. Okay, so here's my Misty inside out. So you can see that really pretty finish on the facing. So there you go. It's just a little bit nicer. I can still see a little bit of a ridge through the silk, which I didn't want to fully line it, and you can't really, I couldn't think of a way to finish this off with like bias along the neck edge because of the V. So it was either fully line it or use the facing. And so I went with the most delicate facing treatment I could find that I could think of. And I mean, that's gonna get a ton of wear. It's a camisole. Also, let me lower you so I can talk to you for a second. Okay, so there you have it. So today, I'm gonna call it quits now. I got that cielo done with the open weave, obviously. I did get my linen washed, so I'm going to iron that, and I think I'm gonna tackle that one next, the white, or the kind of the creamy linen version. And then I'll do the color blocked one last. So we'll see what kind of time I have tomorrow. I've done zero cleaning today. My husband and I took a 4-mile walk, which was lovely because it's been sunny. But anyway, I do on Saturday nights, my extended family on my dad's side, we do a big Zoom call. So it's, there's 5 girls. It's my sister and I, and then we have 3 cousins. And it's us, and then it's our parents, and then our parents' cousin. So it's just a lot of fun. So that's at 6:30, so I'm gonna go, really? You can come up here. So I'm gonna go get dinner ready so that we can have dinner completely eaten and cleaned up when that starts this evening. But yeah, the plan tomorrow is to tackle the rest of the Cielos, and then we'll move on to the Pietra pants. And I also wanted to, yeah, because then I need to move on to some of my commercial patterns. I'd had some questions on how to do full bust adjustments on some of those that didn't already have them. So I'm definitely going to be showing you guys that as well. So yeah, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed what little bit that I did take you along with. And yeah, I think, yeah, 2 more Cielos, and then we'll move on to the Pietra pants. Because now my mind is going a mile a minute on variations for the Pietra pants and shorts. I think I want all 4 versions, right? A cropped skinny, a short, a cropped wide leg, and the full length wide leg, right? Don't I need all 4? I haven't even made them yet. I don't even know if I like them on my body. I have a feeling I'm going to though. Okay, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I will see you, well, by the time you're watching this, you will have already seen Sundays. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be vlogging tomorrow. Okay, have a good evening. Bye-bye. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. It is, well, I say morning. It's not morning at all. It's 1:30 in the afternoon. So, I'm looking great. I'm in a thrifted t-shirt that I just noticed has, I think, I was washing a pan that had oil in it this morning, and I think I splattered, because it's not wet anymore, I think I splattered some oil up on me. Come here. You gonna come? No? Anyway, I am exhausted. I don't know if it's kind of, sometimes that can be a sign of that my depression anxiety is triggering a little bit when I get super, super tired, because it also, come on. I've talked a little bit about struggling with some of my health things, and my adrenal glands will, that whole system will go into a kind of a conservation mode when I get really anxious and stressed. And I'm on supplements actually to help with that, but I'm on a reduced supplement right now because up until this COVID-19, I've been doing great. I also have thyroid issues. There's a whole bunch of hormonal things going on there. But anyway, I'm also wondering if I need to be back on my higher dose right now, because there has been, you know, just the situation, just listening to the news, yada, yada, yada. But I was so tired today, but strapped on my shoes and went out for a really long walk with my husband, and I'm feeling a little bit better. But I am in the mood to do a little bit of slow sewing today. So I have cut out my white CeeLo. I have decided to do that. When I washed that linen, the window pane check linen, it became a little more dense, if that makes sense. Like, it's not quite as gauzy as it was before I washed it, which is, I mean, it just changed the hand of it, which happens. I'm not mad about it, but it needed to be washed because I want to be able to wash it. I hate taking things to the dry cleaner. Can't even take things to the dry cleaner at the moment. So it is opaque enough. I would not want to wear it on the front of my body, but I've decided to forgo the silk completely. So I've refolded the silk, put it away. What I've decided to do is do that window pane on the back, because if you can kind of see my bra through the back, I don't really care about that. And I've done the little shoulder, back shoulder yokes in that as well. And of course they're cut a little bit off grain, or not off grain, they're cut kind of on a bias. So I think that's gonna look cool with the window pane check. And then for the front, I've done just a plain, like a shirtweight linen that I had in my stash. I have no idea if that was just in my stash or if that came from Joyce. I don't remember, but it's just a plain white linen, almost like a handkerchief type linen. So I'm gonna do that for the front of the shirt. And then I was able to get the shorter sleeves and their cuffs out of that window pane linen. But like I was eking that out. I did not, a couple of people had suggested, you know, doing the balloon, the lantern sleeves out of that fabric and then making the rest of the top in like just a solid, which would be cool. But number one, like I said yesterday, I'm not in love with the lantern sleeve on me just because I feel like it makes me look more top heavy than I am. Well, I am top heavy, but it makes it exaggerates it. So I think that's going to be the only, and I like the top that I made. You can see it right there in the back. I really like that. I need to shorten the sleeve just a little bit. But I will wear that one definitely. I just, especially in the linen, I don't think I would like it on me in that. I think it looks amazing on others because I think the structured fabric just really highlights that sleeve and it looks really beautiful. But yeah, I think the shorter sleeve is going to be, just for my own body type, the better move. But now that I've cut out this linen one, I really want to cut out a drapey one. But I'm going to wait and cut out some drapey ones, I think, from the leftover printed fabric that I'm going to make some of those big 4 dresses and jumpsuit out of. So I'll be putting the CeeLo away after. So I've got the white one. So what I was meaning, slow sewing, I've cut that out. Man, I do babble. So a couple people have said that, like, you really can babble. I really can. I come by it naturally. But I think I'm going to do all French seams in the white one, just because, why not? And I'm going to do the bias neckband finish the proper way, the way the pattern has you do it on that shirt. So yeah, I'm just going to take it slow today and probably just get that one made up is probably all that I'll get done, but that's fine. But then for the color blocked one, I've decided on this. I've surprised myself and decided on this color combination. So I'm going to use the marmalade and I'm going to use this little bit of olive green that I've got in my stash. They're about similar weights. So yeah, I'm gonna do the color blocked version in this. And I can't remember, was it, who asked me if I had thought about what those little, there's like those little shoulder yokes on the back, if I was gonna do those in the contrast color or not. And I hadn't really thought about it. I might. What do you guys think? Let's take a poll here. What do y'all think? I'm gonna do, obviously, the neck facing, and I'm gonna put it on the outside in the contrast color, and then I'm gonna do the bands in the contrast color. And right now, that was kind of all I was thinking, but do you think I should do those little, the back parts in the contrast color too? What do you all think? I could. I don't know. Or would it look neater around the whole thing if just that facing piece is that contrasting color, look like a neckband almost? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Because I probably won't get to this one until tomorrow. Because I also have to work on my test garment a little bit. I'm making myself do a little bit each day because it's a beast of a pattern. It's a more involved pattern. So I'm just breaking it up into small chunks and having myself do a little bit each day. Today I'm going to cut it out of the fashion fabric. So that's going to be my chore for that today. So anyway, I'm just going to, I think, put you up on the tripod and let you guys watch me do some French seams. I'm not even going to turn my serger on. I'm just going to do some French seams and make that cielo, or the Italian pronunciation of that word is cello. So it probably is the Italian pronunciation, I would assume, because it's called the Rome collection. And I feel like Italian and Spanish are so similar. French a little bit too, but especially Italian and Spanish. Not that I am a wordsmith or know much about languages, but to my ignorant ear, they sound very similar. Anyway, I'm gonna go work on my white one. I'm gonna set this aside. I might get this cut out tonight, but it probably won't get sewn up till tomorrow. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, I had a lot of questions about the petite adjustment that I did on this pattern, and I just want to show you what that looks like after it was done. So here is where I have overlapped by an inch right there. And then I folded the dart, let's see, this way, because the dart bolt gets pressed down, and I just smoothed out the jog that was created there, free-handed. And then I did the same for the back, and here's where I put the back. I measured from I measured from the top of the shoulder down to where I drew my first line, and then of course I added in the other, well, this little piece. Ooh. I added in that piece so that they would be the same amount down from the top of the shoulder, and took out my inch, and then I measured up from the double notches to determine where I would cut the top of the sleeve. So I measured the same distance up here, drew my line, took out my inch. Now you can see, well, it's kind of hard to see. Let me get the bigger, it's easier to see on the bigger sleeve. This is the gathered sleeve, it's just a little easier. So you can see the jog here that was created when I dropped it down an inch. I put paper behind it and I just smoothed that out back up to the, there it is again, back up to the top notch. And I think I did shave off a little off of this, but you just want a nice smooth curve, and I used my French curve to do that. So that is the big gathered sleeve, and then the smaller sleeve is right here. And I actually ended up trimming off a little bit there, and there's the excess. Which actually, that's really only there for, there's like a small amount here. And then a little bit over here. I need to tape that down though. But that is how I did the petite adjustment on those 3 pieces. I had a lot of questions about that. All right, so here is my newest cello, I think is the Italian one. So I've used the window pane linen for the sleeves and for the back. And I did the little back parts there too. And then I used this little piece of handkerchief linen that I had in my stash for the front, because the back is still a little bit transparent, but it's, you know, it's the back of my bra. I'm not too concerned about that. I did the 1.5 inch hem, and I did the bias bound neckline. This is all French seamed on the inside. I'm going to take it off now and show you all the inside. So let me get changed right now, but I'm really pleased with this one. I really like this one. It's going to get worn a ton this summer. Okay, so you saw me making this, but I really did just a nice, this is a pretty quick sew when all is said and done, but I'm going to turn it, well here, I'll show it to you right side out first so you can see it up close a little bit. So there is the handkerchief linen on the front. I have the window pane linen on the sleeve and then on the back. And then I've done a bias bound neckband. Not bound, I've just done a bias facing on that with the linen, the handkerchief linen. And it just turned out beautiful. And so on the inside, I didn't use my serger at all. It's all French seamed. So I've got my French seamed armholes. There's my bias bound neck edge. French seams there and on the side. And then of course the bottom is turned a 1/2 inch and then turned up a full inch. And then I sewed the bands down so there's no, on the other one I put them together, right, you know, wrong sides together, sewed them to the sleeve, serged it, and then just top stitched that seam up. So there's like a serge seam that's been top stitched on the inside, just a quicker way to do it. But yeah, I wanted to take my time on this one, and I'm so glad I did, especially with this beautiful linen. So even though it took me longer than my previous ones, it was worth it. I needed a nice, I don't know, it's good just to dig your teeth into, you know, a simple project like this. And it being linen, you know, it presses really well. It's not shifty, so it behaves. So it just makes it a really nice and relaxing experience. So I am very, very happy about this one. So that is it for today. I'm gonna go get things edited. I think I may come back down here later tonight and maybe cut out the color blocked one. I also need to cut out my pattern test. So I think I may just, I'll do that off camera, but do that maybe later this evening after we're finished, eating. But yeah, because of the time lapses and stuff, these videos take forever to render when I'm saving them and then to upload. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done so that you guys can watch this tomorrow. But I hope you guys have had a wonderful weekend. I hope you enjoyed today's video. That was the underwear video, the sew along for the underwear video. If you haven't seen that yet, maybe go check that out. Got some great stash busting ideas there. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow in the daily vlog, and then Tuesday for our, I did an outfit, homemade outfit of the week during a week of quarantine. So a week's worth of outfits in quarantine. Anyway, that's what I've got. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good evening. Bye.